And then moving on to Dabo Swinneys' interview, and he talked to the media for about 40 or so minutes, and he really focused on this team and getting back onto the grass and just being excited to start a new chapter of Clemson football. And he seemed really excited about this group. He seemed like this group is really grown from a togetherness standpoint off the field this season. He talked a lot about player leadership on this team in the offseason. And he talked about seeing certain things that you see in really good teams from a player leadership standpoint. Everybody knows in college football specifically that the best teams are player-led. The most elite teams are player-led. Yes, the coaches set the standard. Yes, they, call the plays and they set the practice schedule and they lay out all the stuff, but the best teams are player led. And it seemed from what he was talking about, this team got a lot closer off the field this summer, from taking internships together to working out. We talked about Cade working with receivers over in California, Cade and Moffa taking a missions trip down to Florida together. The offensive linemen all talking about hanging out this summer and really trying to become a closer group together and getting to know each other off the field. And it seems that there's more of a effort being made to become a cohesive unit. And I think that's important moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, we've talked about it ad nauseum. I mean, offensive line is playing offensive line. It's a team sport within the team sport. Like it's not enough to put a bunch of put five individually great players together and have a really good offensive line. They have to be in communication with each other. They have to have camaraderie, and they have to have an understanding and internal synergy. To use one of those corporate the corporate buzzwords, synergy, but it definitely applies here. And so I think that this group is really, I mean, it's filled with a lot of different personalities, but I think they seem to gel well. And we have guys stepping up, I think, as far as a leadership standpoint. One guy that I felt like, got a lot of attention, especially during drills was Tristan Lay. He's emerged, like they've talked about how he's emerged as one of the leaders of this group. I mean, and that's really exciting to hear as he's going into his senior year. So I think that's really exciting to hear from your presumed starting left tackle, because you're going to need him to play up to his 5-star billing, potential this year if you want to be the offense that we hope this group can be, and we believe this group can be. This group is, individually, I mean, you like all the pieces. I mean, Tristan Lay, I think, has a lot of potential. Marcus Tate, we've seen him play at a high level when he's healthy. Ryan Linthicum, I think we haven't seen him as much, but, I think he's done the work this offseason to be that guy at center. We just have to see it together on the field. Walker Parks, when he's healthy, all ACC type player. Blake Miller, same thing. When he's healthy, when he's playing at his best, all ACC type player. I think this group has the potential to be one of the top offensive lines, at least in the ACC. I'm not gonna. Again, I don't think this is a Joe Moore winning group or something like that. But they have the pieces there, and we've talked about how they've had the pieces, and we've needed the right guy in charge of that group to really get the most out of them.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think we got the right guy for the job, and hopefully we can hold on to him for a long time to come, because you can already see just the attitude shift within the room. Now, that's still got to play out on the field, and that's still got to come to fruition when it comes to, lining up on the field across from another opponent and, snapping the ball, and the play still got to be made. And none more important than August 31st when we kick off against the Georgia Bulldogs. It'll be very evident how quickly that offensive line is going to be able to turn things around. But regardless of what happens that day or or even the rest of this season, I feel certain that we got the right guy in for the job, and we just have to give him time with the talent that's in the room, and he will absolutely turn it around. So exciting things I think to come for the Tigers on the offensive line, but